All right, let's talk about something that kind of flips the script on, well, pretty much all the self-improvement advice you've ever heard. We're going to dive into the surprising and honestly, the incredible power of just being boring.
So I want you to just think about this for a second. We're always told, right? Find your passion, get motivated, make these huge, exciting changes. But what if that's all just wrong? What if the actual lasting secret to reinventing your life is to embrace being bored?
Okay, so to really get why this works, we first have to talk about a cycle that I bet almost everyone listening has been stuck in. It's this super frustrating pattern, and we're going to call it the motivation trap.
So think about how we usually try to change things. On one hand, you've got the motivation sprint. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that classic New Year's resolution. You go all in, you try to change everything overnight. And yeah, it feels amazing for like a day, maybe two, but it's running on pure inspiration, and it almost always ends in burnout. But then there's the other path, the boring repetition. There's no big drama here, no crazy intensity. It's just quiet, consistent action that actually builds real momentum that lasts.
So if that high-energy sprint is basically guaranteed to fail, what's the alternative? Well, it's about building something solid. Think of it like laying bricks, one by one. This is what we're calling the boring foundation.
And this right here, this is the core idea, the boring era habit stack. I love this analogy. Think about building a skyscraper. You don't start with the cool, flashy windows on the top floor, right? No way. You start by digging a deep, strong, and yeah, a totally boring foundation. It's the exact same principle. It's a system built on quiet repetition that gets rid of the need to feel motivated before you do something. Okay, so this is the key takeaway. I really want you to let this sink in. Boring habits are the foundation of being unstoppable. See, it's not about that one exciting day where you feel like you can conquer the world. It's about the 100 quiet days where you don't feel like it at all, but you show up and do the small things anyway. That is where the real power comes from.
All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it, right? Let's stop talking theory and get really practical. Let's talk about how you can get your first boring wins.
The source material gives us this awesome, powerful starting point called morning control. And the best part? It's all designed to happen in the first 5 minutes of your day. Seriously. Number 1, wake up. That's it. Just resist hitting snooze, don't grab your phone, get out of bed. Number 2, make your bed. It's a super simple task, with a clear start and finish. And number 3, drink a glass of water. That's the whole stack. It's so boring, right? But it's incredibly powerful because you're setting a tone of accomplishment for the rest of your day.
But why on earth does something so simple work? I mean, it's not really about having a neat room. The psychological payoff here is huge. With every one of those tiny actions, you're proving to your brain that you can finish things. You're sending this powerful signal to yourself that you are the kind of person who follows through. Think about it. You start your day with 3 wins, 3 promises you kept to yourself, all before the world even has a chance to throw anything your way.
Okay, so how does something as tiny as making your bed actually build into something unstoppable? Let's connect the dots here. We're going to zoom out and look at the big picture to see why this incredibly simple approach is just so effective for long-term change.
So what's really going on under the hood when you stack these small, boring wins? Well, first, you're building self-trust. You're literally proving to yourself action by action that you do what you say you're going to do. You're also creating momentum that doesn't care about your mood. It just works. But here's the biggest thing. You are fundamentally rewiring your own identity. You stop trying to be a disciplined person, and you just start being one made bed at a time. And that brings us to the final and I think the most important question. Everything we've talked about has been about laying that first solid foundation. So I want to leave you with this, to really chew on. What could you build on a foundation of boring wins? What are those huge, exciting, life-changing goals you could finally go after if you started every single day with the deep down knowledge that you are the kind of person who always shows up?